Felix for a takedown and a quick 4-0 lead. Then with an ankle lace hold, Tony started turning Felix over and over. And over. As they went out of bounds, DeAnda was scored with 2 turns. DeAnda was now up 8-0 on Felix. Danny rallied by charging into DeAnda for a takedown. Then he got behind Tony for another fast score. But it was too late as DeAnda held him off. The match was over with DeAnda winning 8-4 and picking up 4 points for the Outrage.
How did you feel out there, Tony?
I felt great. I was made for this. I mean, when it was ready to go, when I was ready to go, showtime, and I just put everything together, and it went well.
Schatzman and DeAnda advance to the semis with upsets. Will there be more? Stay tuned for more quarterfinal action on Real Pro Wrestling. So this was payback time as he got the first takedown. This was a brawl, and Grunwald fought back with an escape. Then he drove Warren out of bounds, tying the score at 2-2. Warren kept the tempo high by attacking low off a single leg attempt and overpowering Gruenwald for a push-out. Warren stayed on the attack, but Grunwald took the lead 4-3 when Warren slipped and Gruny scored a takedown. Joe was relentless, however. With Grunwald wanting to go upper body, Warren kept going for the legs, pressing his opponent until he scored yet another takedown. At the end of the first period, the score was 5-4 in favor of Joe Warren. This was a battle between 2 gladiators, and Warren barely had the momentum. In the second period, Warren maintained the tempo as he attacked Grunwald with a low double for 2 more points and almost turned him with a leg lace. Gruny was desperate to stop the leg attacks, and Warren caught him overcompensating, scoring off a front headlock and then in a single leg. Warren turned him multiple times, running up the score to 16-4. The technical fall was a score away. Warren went for the takedown, but Grunwald defended and picked up 2 points as time ran out on the match. The final score, 16-6. Congratulations, Joe Warren.
Joe, 16-6. How can that be?
Well, that's what's going to be every time I wrestle out there. You know, 100%, never stop. You know, and each match going to be a little bit better. That was my first time wrestling real pro wrestling, and I think it's going to just keep getting better and more exciting every time I'm out there.
Our final match featured All-American Ryan Lewis from the Minnesota Freeze taking on the Iowa Stalkers' Zach Roberson, who was an NCAA champion in 2003. These guys were evenly matched in college, splitting a pair of matches, and watch Roberson try to throw Lewis. Ryan countered with a throw of his own, and the action was a frenzy as both wrestlers tried to establish control, ending with Roberson overpowering him with a push-out. Roberson then tried a double to get low, but Lewis got behind him for 2 points. Roberson responded with his patented shuck, getting Lewis off balance for another push-out. Zach kept going back to the shuck and attacking low for the single leg, keeping Lewis on the defensive for the rest of the period. At the break, Roberson had the advantage 4-2, but this match was far from over. These guys were just getting warmed up. When the action resumed, Roberson used the shuck again, going for the single leg and scoring in a flurry with a takedown, an incredible turn, and a push-out. Lewis was hurt, but he shook it off. When Roberson tried to turn Lewis with an ankle lace, Ryan escaped for a point and then went on the offensive to score a push-out. Roberson was fading, and while Lewis tried a takedown, he got another push-out. Then Lewis turned him to get within a point, 8-7. Roberson rallied with yet another push-out, but a TV challenge showed that he wasn't in control, and he was out first. The score was tied. The scoring was furious now as Lewis took the lead with a push-out. Then Roberson went back to the shuck, getting behind Lewis for a takedown, and then rolling through him for a fabulous turn. But Lewis rallied again, and with another push-out, he tied the score at 12-12. We were going to overtime. In the sudden death, Roberson attacked low with a double and got Lewis's back turned to the mat, scoring a 4-point throw. It was all over with Zach Roberson outlasting Ryan Lewis 16-12.
I knew it was going to be a tough match. Ryan Lewis is always coming after you and never stops wrestling.
The semifinals are set, and when Real Pro Wrestling continues, you'll meet Tony DeAnda and his proud Mexican heritage. And you'll find out how Scott Schatzman balances a legal career on Wall Street with his love of wrestling. Next on Real Pro Wrestling.
Welcome back to Real Pro Wrestling, guys. We've had a lot of upsets already, and your Greco guys, Rulon, they've gone down hard.
That is a yes and it is a no. You know, if Dennis Hall had not taken that headshot, I think the match would have been much different. He would have had a chance to go out there and win the match. Also, Jim Grunwald losing to Joe Warren, the Olympian, losing to another fellow Greco guys. It's not over for the Greco guys. They have to come back and fight for them to have a chance.
What about the young Roberson? He scored a big upset. But I tell you what, you don't want to overlook DeAnda either. He's looking tough, and I think you got to keep your eye on him.
Well, let's take a quick minute and meet these wrestlers up close on Real Pro Wrestling.
We're inside DeAnda's now, and this is where my parents have been making tortillas and serving great authentic Mexican food for over 12 years now. This is my dad, Antonio DeAnda. This is the backbone of the whole business right here.
Story of how we came to the U.S. We were trying to get across the border, and my mom had documents for 4 girls to be able to get into the United States. It was only 3 girls and 1 boy. Unfortunately, she put earrings on me. She put a little dress on me. So here I am, trying to wrestle in Real Pro Wrestling.
You're going to get out of it what you put into it. That's all it comes down to. If you're just training half the time, then you're going to get mediocre results. You don't have to be the tallest. You don't have to be the strongest. My philosophy is just, if you're going to work hard, you're going to get the results. That's the bottom line.
My name is Scott Schatzman, and my weight class is 60 kilograms. I'm a persistent wrestler. I'm quick, yet I'm a goer. I mean, the more time I have to wear on someone, the better. I'm solid, I'm tough, I'm older, I'm pretty smart. It's an intellectual game. I guess wrestling's a little bit like chess, you know, but you're in an athletic competition.
Take your time, Devin.
My role at Columbia is, you know, I'm an assistant coach.
Good, take your time, be smart.
Wrestling helps young people mature and understand that hard work and discipline pays off.
Keep it up, Barrett.
Right now, I have my hands in so many different things that it's rather difficult to train all the time. You know, I coach, I work out with my guys, but I have other things, you know, on my plate. Now, I'm an attorney, I work as an investment banker right now. I will be successful according to my definition of success. Anyone can do it. It's just hard work, discipline, and everything that wrestling teaches you.
Now that we've taken a closer look at our competitors at home, let's see them go toe-to-toe.
It's time for Real Pro Wrestling! The goal of every wrestler is to pin his opponent and win the match. But here are other points wrestlers can score. 1 point for a push-out or an escape. 2 points for a basic takedown, a turn, or reversal. Throws are worth 4 points, and a big throw is 6. The RPW power meter keeps track of how much the wrestlers control the center of the mat. When a wrestler's power meter expires, his opponent gets a bonus and 20 seconds to throw it. Only the offensive wrestler can score, and only with a throw.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's time for semi-final action. Our next match at 134 pounds from the New York Outrage, Tony DeAnda! And his opponent from the Stalkers, Schatzman!
Welcome to the Real Pro Wrestling semifinal match at 132 pounds, featuring 2 upset winners in the quarterfinals, New York Outrage's Tony DeAnda and Chicago Groove's Scott Schatzman.
Tony DeAnda, University of Nebraska wrestler, exactly where I'm from. Great stance, great technique. Right now he has a single leg. That's what one of his favorite techniques is for a 2-point takedown. He'll be explosive. He knocked off Danny Felix earlier in the competition.
And speaking of knocking off, Scott Schatzman knocked off the #1 seed Dennis Hall. What about Scott Schatzman?
He did. He wrestled great. He had a great strategy. He's a smart wrestler. Here's DeAnda driving with that gut wrench and taking him for 2. DeAnda's really on it. He's really doing good. But I tell you what, Schatzman is a smart wrestler, and this match isn't over yet.
4-0 lead. Tony DeAnda has the lead. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first period. There's a lot of time left. 5.5 minutes left. That's one thing about wrestling is no decisions are made until the last few seconds. Another 2-point gut wrench by Tony DeAnda to go ahead. 6-0. Another 2-point gut wrench for Tony DeAnda. 8-0. What great technique. Powerful. Get him out. Get him in his face. And Tony DeAnda is in control of the match right now.
He's really driving hard with those legs. That is an awesome gut wrench. You can tell DeAnda has worked on his freestyle, and I just think has too much experience, really, for Schatzman. Schatzman just doesn't have the freestyle experience here.
Now, what the call right there is Scott simply in parterre position. Tony decided to let him go. That's a 1-point escape is what it is. No problem, no harm done. They're back up to the feet. Tony's ahead, 8-1 right now.
What you're going to see here, DeAnda is definitely more skilled on the takedowns. He'll look for a good shot. He'll take it, he'll score, and then he'll try to turn him again and put the match away.
Wow, what great action. Neither of the passivity or the power meters has gone down too much. What they're trying to do is control the center of the mat. Right there, Tony with a 2-point takedown. Now they had 10-1.
What do you think of that strategy?
Yeah, not a smart move.
It's real pro wrestling, and they don't reward slip.
It's real pro wrestling. That's right. This is the wrong time to slip. It just gave up points.
Usually what happens, people will do that when they're out there and they're behind with a few seconds left in the match. You don't do it when you still have 4 minutes left.
That was the end of the slip right there. That was the end of the slip. And talk to us about the slip in freestyle and wrestling.
Well, what the slip is a technique where they don't want to penalize you for going for a throw or going for a movement. And Tony DeAnda right there was stayed in good position. Scott came out there, tried to hit him in a nice little arm throw. Doesn't capitalize because it's a 2-point takedown. They want to see scoring. They want to see you take a chance, but they also want to see if you make a mistake, you pay for the mistake.
I tell you what, Schatzman's really picking it up now, but to no avail. DeAnda's just really tough. He's tough to score on. Just a great wrestler. He's wrestling good. He's been coached by Steve Knight. Wrestled for the Excel Club, and he's just come a long ways.
Out in front, 10-1, DeAnda in the red ankle band over Scott Schatzman in the blue ankle band. Red's up, 10-1 right here, but Schatzman in on a shot. The old shot man.
And DeAnda's just going to really try to stalemate it or try to score with a freestyle turn here. See if he can score, but I tell you what, DeAnda looks relaxed.
Continue, Blue.
Look at that. Look how relaxed he is.
Continue.
All right, well, Schatzman's got a good grip on that ankle, except I think DeAnda's been here before. Look at that kick out. No score, no points. That's why you never give up. That's why you never stop wrestling, just like life. Keep going, keep fighting.
100% commitment. That's what Tony DeAnda had to that defense right there. He could have just said, you know what, it's only 2 points, but if he gives up 2 points right there, he's only ahead by 7 compared to 9.
There's the end of the first period. DeAnda out in front, 10-1. Let's take a break and come back for this finish right here and see how much longer it takes DeAnda, or if Schatzman can come back and make a match of it.
Back at it. Here's Tony. Comes up, has a nice little counter shot from there. Comes in for a single leg. Comes off, finishes off with a double leg position.
How important is level change in wrestling? Wow.
Level change is real important because you have to lower your level to penetrate. You can't as well as just stand up and talk, just walk into them and take them down.
And what's ironic here, the only point this, Scott has scored here in this whole match was 1 point escape. Here an opportunity. Tony wasn't given the chance to stand up. Tony now is in lead 12-1.
Well, also Tony DeAnda trying to rack up some points for the New York Outrage. After our first 2 weeks of Real Pro Wrestling, the Pennsylvania Hammer leads the team race with 28 points. The Oklahoma Slam is in second place with 9 points, but Tony DeAnda brings in the opportunity right now. It's a 12-1 lead. If it was to stop right now, that'd be 11 points for his team, the New York Outrage.
Wow, and what they're doing, what the trainers are looking at is Tony's finger. I think what he probably did is jam it a little bit. You know, one thing about wrestling is you're always grabbing on each other's fingers, and sometimes you'll get a finger, you know, caught somebody's short, you'll jab somebody wrong, and I've actually broke 3 or 4 of my fingers just from wrestling, and it's pretty tough on the hand. They're not going to tape it up. I think they're just going to go out and let him wrestle with it.
We're back after injury time. DeAnda in the red up against Scott Schatzman in the blue ankle band there.
Oh, nice shot by DeAnda. Nice lowering of the level again there, what we just talked about.
And he adds to his lead. It's now 14-1. He's real close to winning by technical decision.
One more gut wrench, it could be over. The question is, does Tony want to finish this right now? I think he's taking his time. He's going to come back up to his feet, take an opportunity to score one more takedown, win the match by technical fall.
A technical fall is declared when a wrestler scores 15 points more than his opponent's score, and then they get 15 points for their team.
That's got to be huge. You know, those points add up, you know, because you're going for a team championship here, too. Not just an individual national championship here at Real Pro Wrestling.
I'll tell you what, DeAnda looks a little fatigued as well. He should be. I mean, he's wrestling hard. But I think he's going to look for another good shot to really put this away.
Tried to go with a little slip by there, didn't score. Comes right back to the middle. He's excited to be out here. He's feeling confident in himself with a minute left in the second period.
Look at that! What explosiveness! Schatzman took a shot. It looked like he could have had the takedown. And what a great reaction by Tony DeAnda, dropping these arms and throwing by.
And DeAnda's into the finals. DeAnda's win will put the New York Outrage in second place with 19 points, trailing only the Pennsylvania Hammer, which has 28 points. DeAnda, what a great win there.
Here we go. Here's Tony setting him up. Kind of does a little past the elbow, comes in and simply does an over-under, throws it right on past by for 2 points to win the match. 15 points for the team.
One of our reporters is with Tony DeAnda.
You scored about 3/4 of your points off the mat on your parterre turns.
Well, I knew that's what I had to do early. If I waited too long to the end of the match, he's going to be too sweaty. There's no singlets here. We're trying to show off the bodies. I'm ready to go, and I knew if I got him down early, I was going to turn him. No problem.
A great first match at 132 pounds as Tony DeAnda moves on to the championships of Real Pro Wrestling May 15th. What a great, great technical fall. Break out the mariachi band, guys. Wow. We'll see who meets Tony DeAnda next when Joe Warren of the Oklahoma Slam meets Zach Roberson of the Iowa Stalkers. Welcome back to Real Pro Wrestling. Guys, lots of upsets so far. One more match.
Our next semifinal match is Joe Warren versus Zach Roberson. And I tell you what, this is going to be a good match. You got the Greco-Roman versus the freestyle again. And I tell you what, Rulon, those Greco guys are going down and hard. Do you think Joe has a chance here?
You know what, Nate? I truly think he does, because he hasn't been that far removed from his folk-style career. He still has a chance. He still knows how to attack those legs. And that's what's been one of the big keys of this tournament, is being able to defend the legs and attack the legs. And I think Joe has a chance.
Well, before they wrestle, let's go to the part that I like, behind the scenes at home with these wrestlers on Real Pro Wrestling.
My name is Zach Roberson, and I am 60 kilos. I'm aggressive, but I'm not real pushy. I like technique a little bit more than just brawling. Let's go check out Bruno. Hey, bud. This is Bruno. What are you doing? He's definitely the mascot. Doesn't have much fire in him yet. You can tell it's wrestling season in Iowa because it's frickin' cold. I think all it really takes to be a wrestler is just having a good work ethic. Being willing to put in the time and working harder than other people. What's up, Bulldog? Bruno's very similar to me. The way we like to live. Yeah. Kind of low-key. Come here. I've always tried just to have fun when I'm wrestling because it's kind of a grueling sport. And if you get too worked up about it, then it's not going to be worth it. I've done a lot of wrestling and it's what I'm good at, so I'm going to keep on doing it.
My name is Joe Warren and I wrestle 60 kilograms. Colorado Springs is where I train. Technique here is not to fall off and kill yourself. Wrestling is a special part of me. You lose a big match, you feel like you lost the whole world. You win a big match, you feel like you're standing on top of the world.
I'm a king of the world!
happy you got to come. We'd have to find some other lady out here to hold my hand. I have a wonderful wife that supports me 100%, that believes in me. Going to New York City, you have to have your diamonds bling-blinging. It's exciting to be able to have Christy believe in me as much as I believe in myself. Oh, he kissed me too. Good puppy. Well, when you're at a point in your career like I am, you better be passionate. It better be the #1 thing on your mind. I'm going to beat you up and throw you around as much as possible. Make you want to cry and go home. Refuse to lose. That's my motto. Second place is the first loser. I've been the first loser too many times.
We're back for the last semifinal match at 132 pounds. Now that we've had a chance to meet Joe and Zach up close, let's see them bust some heads. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves victorious. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our next semifinal match. From the Oklahoma Slam, let's hear it for Joe Warren. And here comes his opponent from the Iowa Stalkers, Zach Roberson.
We're back for more Real Pro Wrestling. Nate and Rulon, this is a semifinal match that wasn't supposed to be. A couple of lower-seeded young guns who gained the semifinal spots through upset wins. Oklahoma Slam's Joe Warren versus the Iowa Stalkers' Zach Roberson.
Wow, Joe Warren, great high crotch, just like he showed off in his quarterfinal match. Great high crotch, scored many times with Jim Grunwald. He set a national high school takedown record with 487 takedowns in 1 season.
Wow, that's Joe Warren you're looking at in the red ankle band. He got poked in the eye. How about Zach Roberson, another Iowa State Cyclone, Nate?
Yes, and you know what? National champion, and he came through and defeated some of the top guys to win in his senior year a national championship. Joe Warren in on the first takedown. Little throw by there.
You know what? That's the way Joe Warren wrestles. He's been training on the Greco-Roman national team for a few years. He's intense. He's ready to go. He has the throwing ability. Plus, he still knows how to take these guys down here.
Look at that counter. Listen, this is going to be a great match. Both of these guys are going to go hard. And I tell you what, Zach Roberson doesn't have any quit in him.
Now, the one thing I want to see right there, I thought that potentially could have been 2 points for Joe Warren before he got the reversal by Zach.
What's going on, Rulon?
I think what they were doing is they want to see if it was 2 points exposure before he got the reversal. I thought there was 2 points here. Here Joe Warren's going for the turn, because right there, that is exposure. That is 2 points, and then the reversal. No, he has got 2 points right there.
I don't know about that. His back was kind of straight up, though.
But you know what? 90 degrees. All you have to do is break the plane. You look at that back. It was arched. It came over right there. Boom. That is exposure.
I'll go with Rulon. I think it's close.
It still doesn't look like he had it, though.
That is exposure, 100%.
They're saying 2 and 2.
That's fine, but he already had a 2-point takedown. 4-2. Joe Warren's ahead.
It's 2 red, 2 blue, and we're in parterre. Red's down.
That's a great call.
Doug Mullen, one of the top officials in the U.S., makes the call. It's correct.
And red is down.
Along with the help of his committee, Rick Tucci and Stacy Davis, the officials for Real Pro Wrestling Season 1.
This is a great match. I'm telling you, this is going to be exciting all the way through. Do not blink. You might miss something. Let's see what Zach's going to do on top here.
Now, one thing that's key about this, Joe Warren has good defense here. He could reverse. I think Zach at any point here, Zach has to be real careful.
But he's such a scrambler, though.
See, they should be bringing him up right now.
Look at that. Nice.
And Doug Mullen brings him up to a neutral position. They go back to face off.
Oh, look at that. He's such an animal. I like that.
Oh, he just cautions Warren. You like it, but Doug Mullen didn't.
Right. Give him points for the attitude.
Yeah, that's a caution. Tell us about the cautions, Will.
Well, there's you get 3 cautions. They're determined in many different ways. Unsportsmanlike conduct like that.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That's got to be back
points.
That's
got to be 4. That's got to be 4.
4 points there for Zach Roberson.
Yeah.
Good job, Mike DeRoe. He's been around for a long time, working at the University of Iowa with Gable.
You know what? Look on Joe Warren. High crotch right there.
Great defense.
It almost could have been called a fall.
Yes.
Touch fall. It could have been called, but, I think it's 2 points for exposure.
There's Mike DeRoe, longtime coach in wrestling from Charles City, Iowa.
Tim, I think Mike DeRoe wants to fall. Here, let's boom. Oh, my goodness.
4 points. It's 4 points.
Okay, center.
Boom, that was close.
After further video review, 4 points blue, reds down.
Great call.
No. I blew the whistle.
Here we go. Down by 2 points. Joe Warren still in the match. He didn't get called out. That's a good call by the officials. Couldn't go off the TV.
We just got a peek at Kendall Cross, 1996 Olympic gold medalist. He's one of the coaches in Joe Warren's corner.
Seeing Joe Warren, moves like a cat here. Has a chance to go for a crotch lift. Go for 2 points here on Roberson.
I'm telling you, Bill, this is great wrestling. Real pro wrestling doesn't get any better than this, gentlemen.
Wow.
You can use all the cliches you want, but this is what it's all about, isn't it?
I tell you, Tim, it
Ram tough. They're gunning after each other.
And right now, Joe Warren, he's just getting warmed up. He's going to carry this energy all the way through the match because he loves this format. He loves to be able to open it up and wrestle.
Oh, that's that shuck. That's what he used to win an NCAA championship right there. Took him all the way to the finals, and he was #1, and look at him go. That was perfect technique.
Sounds like a little excitement for a former Big 12 wrestler, and it's a little Big 12, Big 10 matchup here. Joe Warren wrestling for the University of Michigan in college, Roberson for Iowa State. Roberson out in front 8-4 now with 37 seconds left in the first period.
Here's that shuck, just pulls that head down, catches the guy off balance, and that won him the NCAA championship.
And you know what's interesting in this match? Have you seen the power meter go anywhere? It's not going down, man. That energy is staying up. I mean, nobody's leaving it anywhere but out in the center of the mat.
Warren's really putting it on, though. Warren's going for it. Look at that! Ooh! Look at that! Great scrambling there.
He must have touched out. He must have touched out.
He did.
1 for Roberson. More.
Great awareness on Zach's part. Great level of awareness. He knew where he was on the mat, and he didn't go out, and Warren did.
These rules for real pro wrestling really lend itself to excitement, doesn't it?
It actually does. It's so exciting because there's so many different ways you can score. You have the power meter that'll put you in a position to score some big points out of a throw.
Oh, look at that. I'm telling you, this Zach is tough. Roberson is tough. What great wrestling there. Might have been pinned again. Mike, right there. Oh, he's kind of flat. I don't know.
That's exciting stuff. Let's take a break and come back for that exciting final period in just a moment. Real Pro Wrestling is back for the last period between Joe Warren of the Oklahoma Slam and Zach Roberson of the Iowa Stalkers. Olympian, 2 coaches there, 2 Olympians.
Last period. Here we go, gentlemen.
Encouraging Joe Warren, who's down by 8 points right now. You're looking at Warren on the right in the red ankle band, Roberson in the blue ankle band.
See, but watching this, I look at Joe Warren. He's fresh. He's ready to go. I think Zach's a little bit tired. If Joe Warren can keep that pressure up, he can maybe find a few weaknesses and possibly get some big throws here to finish the second period off to come back in this match. If not, it's going to be a long match.
I don't think so, Rulon. I don't think so at all. Listen, Zach Roberson doesn't have any quit in him at all. You just, look, he might have looked tired, but he never stops. This kid is tough mentally, and he will not break.
Well, we have to watch ourselves up here so we don't break, man. I mean, I'll tell you what. It's exciting. It's something else just being in the booth with me.
There he goes again. Look at Roberson. I'm telling you, he's tough. Great turn, great drive. Really bent him up. If anybody's fading, I think it's Warren.
One throw to turn everything around, my friend. Zach just puts that pressure up, grab the ankle, drill him right over the head. It's kind of an ankle lock. He just drop him right over the head for 2 points. Great technique.
And by the way, Rulon, did you see how Roberson was in the center, like saying, "Come on, buddy, I'm ready to wrestle"?
I think earlier Warren was kind of pushing him and doing some things there. And Roberson's a very humble, unassuming young man. And he's anything but that in the middle of the mat. There's
right,
Warren, like Rulon said. You said there's no quitting Roberson. Well, Warren's showing that he's got the same character.
He does. I think Warren's going to come back here, go for front headlock. He gets 1 point for escape. 2 for 1. It's tough to come back.
Whoa, nice shot.
17-6. Roberson out front, 11 points, trying to get the Iowa Stalkers 11 more points in the team race.
See what Zach's doing? He's controlling the inside position because Joe Warren likes the underhook position big time, but Zach won't let him get in there. And right now, Joe's getting a little bit frustrated in that position.
I talked about the team race right now. I said if it would have stopped there, it'd be 11 points, but he could get as many as 15 points for his team, and you know he's going to try for the Tech Fall, which is a 15-point win.
Roberson's in on those both ankles, and Warren just put his knees in his back.
It's a physical sport, but it has rules, so it keeps us in the limit of professional contact.
You know what? Zach Roberson's the kind of young man, he's not undone by anything. He's not undone by anything.
No, you know what? He comes back, he stays consistent, and that's what it takes to be at this top level wrestling. You can't make a big mistake over and over. You won't win any matches. I think that's what Joe's made right here.
Look at nice. You see what I'm saying? Look at that. Just smooth move. He took advantage of him getting out of Warren, getting out of position. Now he's in a chance to score, and he just did right there.
And that score right there, Rulon has mentioned it before, but that doesn't come without thousands and thousands of shots and works on his shots. It's practice. It's over and over, isn't it, Rulon?
It's all about repetition over and over, and just because you do it a few times doesn't mean that it's nature to the body. It's body mechanics, knowing where you're at in a position and then being able to scramble. And that's what time on the mat does. And these individuals have put many years into the sport that they love so much. And it's good to see them have an opportunity here at Real Pro Wrestling.
I mean, for these guys, it's just like a golfer hitting a 9-iron, these single legs, they just go in, these shots, they know where it's going, just like the best golfers know right where their shots are going.
Joe Warren's just looking for some big points here because there's no way he can win this match unless he gets a fall. Right now, he's taking some chances. He needs to score some big points.
I think Roberson's just his level of awareness. I mean, he's just not going for it. He has great body control. Look at him coming out of here. He knows where he is. Look at that. He's just great wrestling there.
Well, there you have it. 19-8. Roberson wins. He does give 11 more points to his team, the Iowa Stalkers. He's in the finals, and he'll be part of Real Pro Wrestling's big show. Zach Roberson will be meeting Tony DeAnda in the finals. You won't want to miss it, and you won't want to miss next week when we follow another of America's Real Pro Wrestlers on his way to a national title. Once again, I'm Tim Johnson, and for Rulon Gardner, Nate Carr, and Real Pro Wrestling, thanks for watching. We'll be back after these commercials with the conclusion and a preview of next week's action on Real Pro Wrestling. We're back for more Real Pro Wrestling. Nate, Rulon, we had a lot of upsets today. All 4 top seeds defeated.
Tim, DeAnda came out strong, great intensity, really accelerated in that semifinal match, and looked tough.
You know what? He was very lucky he didn't get cautioned out of that match. He has to go through now a very tough Zach Roberson. I don't know if he can do it. You know what? He's going to have to go back and pull from all that experience and all those years of training at the international level. He has a shot to make it through all the way to the finals.
One of our reporters is with Zach Roberson. Let's see what Zach has to say.
I knew he was going to be coming after me the whole time, so I had to counter with some leg attacks and, stay out of his upper body stuff.
How'd you get so far ahead on those points?
I had some good takedowns, and I had maybe a turn or two that really helped too when we were on the mat.
So in the finals at 132 pounds is Tony DeAnda of the New York Outrage versus Zach Roberson of the Iowa Stalkers. Guys, what's that do for the team points?
You know what? Last week, Sammy Henson went out and gained 28 huge points. Even though they didn't score any more points this week for the Pennsylvania Hammer, they're still in the lead.
Rulon, Iowa added 5 points this week to put them in second place with 20 points. They are followed closely by the Slam and Outrage, tied with 19 points.
Well, next week we'll go up a weight class to 145 pounds to see who will join Henson, Moore, DeAnda, and Roberson in the finals of Real Pro Wrestling.
Coming next week, the action is even more intense as we advance to the 145-pound class. All-Americans, champions, and Olympians put it on the line in the Clash of the Titans as the world's oldest sport is now the newest professional league. Join us again next week for more exciting real pro wrestling.